In 2000, Social Solutions was founded um, out of an experience at the Living Classroom Foundation, where the founders of Social Solutions were faced on a daily basis with an issue of how did they stay focused, and how did they keep their staff, direct service staff, focused on the mission of the organization, on making an impact on the lives of the youth that they were serving, on helping them to find employment and to be able to increase wages over time, and not on just activities and how many kids were they serving and how often. It was a struggle because that's what they heard from funders was, how many are you serving, how often? And yet what they found was, when they began to demonstrate clearly the impact that they were having on youth, that funders celebrated that. They were so excited to see an organization not just comply and complete, how many are we serving and how often, but specifically to be able to demonstrate this is the impact that we're having. This is how we're taking youth, helping them to find employment and helping them to find better employment over a period of time and to be able to sustain that change. And that excitement was rewarded first with dollars from the Annie A. Casey Foundation and later from other local organizations saying, how can we be a part of that? How can we learn to take the good things that are happening in our organization and to be able to really fuel those, to begin to really drive great focus across our staff, and then to present those back to funders so that we too can experience what you experienced at the Living Classroom Foundation. And that was really the start of something incredibly significant. As we move into our user conference, we are carrying forward the next generation of that vision, which says not only how well are you impacting local lives within a single organization, but how as a group or collaborative of service organizations are you coming together to be able to deliver services across an entire community, and what's the impact of that? And we've seen a change in the funding community, particularly in state and local government and in the federal government, where there's receptivity and really a change from just providing dollars for a government caseworker, if you will, to provide services, to actually taking those dollars and providing them out to local community-based providers. In working together with those community-based providers to begin to deliver services. But if we're going to help a child, if we're going to help a family across an entire community, it takes many different organizations all working together and working effectively to be able to achieve that. And so as we look out at what will define what is successful for us, it'll really be, can we take entire cities, entire communities, and help them to begin to work together? We're excited to begin to work together with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation through an initiative called Thrive by Five, which is a public-private partnership between the state of Washington and between the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to work in helping at-risk youth who are preparing to enter kindergarten, in helping them to make sure that they have the skills and that they are ready to begin to make that important first step so that they're not falling behind early on in that process. But what we've learned is that there's a component from an education system that's really important. There's a component as it relates to serving those families really well and strengthening marriage. There's a component from a child care provision. And all of these pieces need to be able to work together to be able to make lasting impact. And that's very much what we're about and how our success will be judged over the coming months and ultimately the coming years.